Good morning, my awesome friends and followers of this wonderful channel, and the members. Thank you very much for your continued support as we keep moving forward. Yes, it is Friday. It's the weekend. It's Friday the 18th of October. What a fantastic start to the weekend. Is it? Probably just lied there. It's not really. I've been up early today. Didn't really sleep well last night. Got a lot on my plate at the minute. I'm just waiting for other people to do their jobs. That's all I'm doing. I'm in limbo, waiting on other people to do their jobs. I've got a court case in December with the Ministry of Defence. Want to point that out. I'm attending a court case on the 4th of November to do with an online female troll. And I've got one pending to do with a guy who we've caught. Okay, letting you know that. Yeah, it's getting into my head though. A lot of it. It's a lot of stress. Anyway, I'm sure by now you're all aware that Payne has died, one of the singers from One Direction. He went solo. He fell, allegedly, from his third floor balcony in his hotel in Buenos Aires in Argentina. Well, it's now been proven that he was filled with drugs and alcohol at the time of his death. Someone in the hotel did try and phone emergency services to get him help prior to this happening. They said they feared for him because he had a balcony and there was shouting and screaming coming from his room. But apparently he was on his own at the time. His girlfriend had left and went back to Florida. And yeah, but it's now being blamed on the music industry. Their cutthroat approach. I mean, his PR team dropped him days ago. He lost his label. The music industry didn't want to have him anymore. And I think this was down to stress and mental health from him, saying he was struggling prior to this. It's quite sad, isn't it? Yeah, it's weird how mental health something in your head can ruin everything, can't it? And if people are adding to that, they can ruin it. They can drive you to suicide. They can. Other people can drive you to suicide with their hateful conduct when they go out of their way to try and destroy you. They don't realize what they're actually doing. But they'll find out. They'll find out. And a Tory party councillor's wife has been jailed because she put it on social media of the day of the Southport attacks on those young girls. She posted on social media that they should go and set fire to the migrant hotels. That's what she wrote. It's a shocking thing to write. It really is. And the truth is that did happen. People did go and do that. And did she instigate it? Well, the judge has jailed her, so she must have played her part, which is quite sad. There we go. And I'm reading today about the Chancellor. Our Chancellor, I don't understand. I really don't understand. I can't get my head around it. The Chancellor has now decided to raise fuel duty by 7p a litre because allegedly, there hasn't been a fuel increase in 14 years. I can't get my head around that. I mean, we have a government that are just shit. Utter morons. I mean, from the year 2021 to 2022, the government made 1.4 billion in tax from fuel. But between 2022 and 2023, the government made over 9 billion because the fuel went to about £5.50 a litre. They took the piss. How can they say that fuel hasn't risen in 14 years? Lying scumbags. They made more money in 2022 to 2023 from taking the piss out of the public on fuel duty, which would have been enough money to pay for they made enough profit to pay for 5 years of pensioners' winter fuel allowance. Our politicians are scum. There hasn't been a rise in 14 years. Do they think we're all brain dead? Scum. And any of you who voted them in are scum too. I'm sick of it. Sick of politicians. Sick of failures. Shocking, isn't it? There hasn't been a fuel rise in 14 years. I mean, where were you for the last 3-4 years? Jesus. They made 9 billion. They made 8 billion more profit in 1 year than the previous years. I don't understand their thought process. This must be I reckon this Chancellor failed maths. I reckon she hasn't got a clue. And her advisors are all yes men and women. Just pathetic. Disgusting. UK's a shithole, isn't it? A Prime Minister who pimps out police escorts for hospitality tickets with Taylor Swift. In fact, Taylor Swift's mum's now getting praised. Well done, Taylor Swift's mum, for getting Taylor security, especially with the threats in the UK. Bollocks. What threats? Threats are everywhere. Threats are everywhere. Shocking behaviour. Shocking behaviour. Yeah. And Sainsbury's have screwed over their staff. Do you know what? See, when I go to shopping centres to buy food and groceries, I look at the staff and I think you are all fools. Every one of you are fools. You stand there in a little circle with 3 of you, waiting for someone to buy a product, to scan a product that goes, customer service needed, are you over 18? You stand. But whenever we go in as customers and we ignore the checkouts, whenever we go in as customers and we ignore the self-service and we just queue up in big queues, they go, excuse me, here, well, use your head. The reason why we're queuing up here to be served by a human is we are trying to save your jobs. We're trying to keep you in work. But you keep forcing us to the self-service checkouts where nobody wants to use. Because you know what? When you go to the self-service checkouts, guess what? There's no bags available, is there? No, there's fucking not. You've got to go to a human and ask for a bag. And I remember whenever they brought in the bags, it was, we're trying to save the planet. Oh, so then why are Morrison's charging 40p for a fucking paper bag? I mean, really? Paper bags, 40p? A bag for life. I don't know why they call it. Do you know why it's called a bag for life? Because you use it once and you can't find it anywhere else. You have it for life. It's somewhere in a cupboard. Because every time you go to the shop, you end up having to buy a new bag for life or a new plastic bag. It's just bullshit. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. Isn't it? My son's coming from school tonight, going with his mum, going away for the weekend, fishing. Gwen's working all weekend. Charlie's away. Might as well just drink alcohol. Waiting on an update from the police to see what charges are happening with these scumbags online. Being told by police, don't mention it, Mr. Colt, don't mention it. Investigations are underway. We're going to catch them all. I'm like, don't mention it. Yep. You found out who this guy was in June, July, August, September, October. I've had to wait 5 months with this prick posting every day online, not to say a word. Well, no, time's up. Time's up. I'm sick and tired of being told what to do. Yeah. What to do. Ceiling's collapsed now. It's now on the floor. Thanks very much to leaders telling me, yes, we'll get someone out, but we can't get someone out yet, Mr. Cope, because we need to speak to your neighbour and they need to arrange with their insurance company to get a quote before we can fix it. Bullshit. I'm paying for this property and you haven't fixed the ceiling that's collapsed, and it's not my fault. It's to do with the landlord, to do with the letting agency, and to do with my neighbour. I should not be living like that because you can't negotiate. It's bullshit. I'm not going to renew the contract. I'm going to move out. I'm going to move somewhere else. I'm fucking sick of the damp and the shit and the black mold and the ceiling and the roof, and every 6 weeks someone's out fixing something. Well, anyway, listen. Thanks to those that are leaving reviews on Amazon. Thanks to those of you that have bought this for Christmas. It's had 771 reviews on Amazon. You know what? I would love it to get the 1,000 reviews and then I'd just give up. Wouldn't promote it again after 1,000. It's had over 1,000 sales. It's just, a lot of people just don't bother to leave reviews, which is a little bit sad because it helps the author. Anyway, well, listen, what am I going to do? They're saying the Prince, the artist formerly known as Prince, by the way, is keeping his distance to try and rebuild his destroyed reputation. Well, I mean, what distance does he need? Space at the moon. You can't rebuild. This is the thing about reputation. See, once people destroy it, it takes a long time to rebuild, and that should be compensated. I'm just saying. Anyway, listen. Have a wonderful day, people. Have a great weekend, but stay safe. Always stay safe.